that's another
Jason
story.
Tatum's better than Kevin Durant at this current time.
Say who, what, where, when, what, how?
At this current time, Jason Tatum is better than Kevin Durant. Going into the 2023 season.
At what, marketing? Marketing?
Huh?
At what, marketing?
No, just like the all-around aspect of the game. We talk about intangibles. Jason Tatum led a team, didn't get swept. You know what KD did? KD got swept.
So we just not gonna give the injury or
that is a part of the playoffs.
Or the fasting, or the fact that you don't have Ben Simmons back, who is part of that. That's supposed to be a big part of the team. Remember, he's essentially replacing James Harden.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about Jason Tatum being better than Kevin Durant? Or are we talking about Kevin Durant and Ben Simmons being better than Jason Tatum?
No, I'm talking about it's a team game. So the sweep, personally, like, don't get me wrong, KD underperformed. But the entire season?
But
the entire season.
Jason Tatum was all NBA first team. Kevin Durant was not.
Only because of that injury that took him out a bulk of games. Like, Kevin Durant had the Nets at the 2 seed and the 1 seed.
Listen, you might have got me there. But you know what's also part of the game? Injuries. Okay,
You're right. I'm just saying, though, right now, I don't have JT there. He's inching up there now. Like, I thought KD might have had maybe 3-4 seasons at being the best easy. Maybe Giannis comes at him.
Nah, I'll be honest. I don't think Luka and Jokic ain't better than LeBron James.
I don't. If you say they are, I'll hear you. I'll hear that out. Because I'm thinking present day. Because again, if you're talking about career,
better than LeBron.
Why do you?
I don't think Jokic, Luka, or I don't think Jokic, Luka. I'll be honest. I don't think Giannis better than LeBron either. LeBron, people do not understand. Like, think about the conversation we're having, right? We're about to talk about, or like I was just talking about somebody who's going into his 21st season. I'm upset that he is not at least number 5 in the top 5. That's crazy. And I'm not even a huge Bron fan as a Celtics fan, which is everything he's ever done to me. But as a person who watches basketball, it is insane. You can seriously make the argument. Him I'm literally saying he is in year 21. He averaged 30. Giannis is 30 maybe now, right? He's probably about to be 30.
No,
right?
he's 28. He's 28.
28. Okay. We're talking about a guy who was in his prime, and I'm like, really, Bron can bring to the game, not what Giannis brings in terms of Giannis, like, drop step. He's not doing that.
He's still a freak of nature athlete. Like,
that's what I'm saying. And
but,
how many primes?
I will say Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, Luka, and Steph. There's a case for all 5 of them present day to be better than LeBron James. I don't have LeBron James outside of my top 5. And you already know I ain't the biggest Bron fan.
Right. And that's why I gotta respect that.
But like, to say, because with Luka, all right, Luka's led his team to the Western Conference Finals. And I think if you add Christian Wood last year, they might have actually beat the Warriors, like, whole time. So I'm now looking at Luka to say, all right, I can judge you against a LeBron. Like, is this your time to start going past Bron? Like, if he's able to beat Bron, cool. I don't have.
You're not drawing up plays to go at LeBron James, though. That's why when I think about it, it's like Bron as an all-around player.
Mm-hmm.
You in year 21, I'm not sagging off of Bron, and I'm not all up on Bron because he has no hole in his offensive game. They're not sagging.
You can let him shoot. You can let
him shoot, but once he starts hitting, he's LeBron James. Just like most stars, but he's not about to just break. And he still has a mid-range jumper, though. That's what I'm saying. He's gonna keep you very honest with his jump shot. Giannis does not make me honest with his jump shot. Jokic does not make me with his 3-ball. I'm talking.
Jokic doesn't make you honest. Stop lying.
It's not with his 3.
Stop lying.
Think about how long his jumper is, bro. I think I can contest it. Not me at 5'8". But if I'm 6'10", I can get out there while he's shooting and contest his jump.
But it goes back like this too.
That's fine.
But like that, but
that's a fadeaway though. In a fadeaway situation, I got you.
But nah, he still does it. It still kind of comes back like that. It doesn't go back as far as as KG's did, but it goes back a little bit. I think with his height, like it's going to be hard to block his shot. You got to be extremely lanky, extremely athletic.
I'm not blocking it. Just ball. That's it. That's it. I ain't trying to block it.
Does it remind you of Dirk to a degree?
Nah, Dirk is the only thing that reminds me of Dirk, to be honest. His shot was just
like in terms of just how it goes back, it goes up. Like I look at Dirk's like, all right, Dirk wasn't getting blocked like that. Dirk was like, you can contest it, that's cool, but he's still 6'11". Like that's he just gonna make.
But that's crazy too though, because I mean, I feel like Jokic's got to be like that though, because he ain't really jumping when he shoot either though.
He has to be extremely skilled, and I'm wondering his longevity, because like if he gets an injury, I wonder how that affects his athleticism, because his athleticism isn't that great.
He's not athletic. It's just like Chris Paul.
If they lose that step that they have, how does that affect them? Because we saw what happened with DeMarcus Cousins.
I know, but that's not Jokic's game though. I think Jokic's game is more Chris Paul-like in the sense that Chris Paul does not rely on athleticism. He's just smarter than you.
Yeah, but Jokic is still 6'11", and he's a big boy.
Right, but that's who he's going to be being guarded by, though. When you really think about it.
Yeah, but these boys nowadays are a little fast, and they strong too. So, yeah, I'll give you that too. I'll give you that. He does have IQ.
I don't even mean to come in their position like that.
That's fair.
But bigs don't know how to guard bigs no more. That's not a thing.
Really?
Back to the basket. You know what I mean? Triple threat. Bigs ain't guarding bigs who are doing that no more because they don't do it no more. Yeah, that's why guys like LaMarcus Aldridge. Think about what LaMarcus Aldridge does in 13 minutes. Seriously.
From the mid-range three-pointer, low post, like
in 13 minutes, that's what LaMarcus Aldridge can give you, and you cannot guard him because big men don't know how to guard it no more. They don't. They just don't know. They are relying strictly on athleticism and sitting down, and that's exactly what a big wants you to do. A real big, because he's gonna eat that up. That's easy.
Yeah.
As soon as you get in the air, you barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like he still has a case for like being over Bron though. It just depends on style. I guess.
That's what I'm saying. They all have cases. All have cases. I'm not denying that. But I do think,
and they did say it was projections. They did say.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Embiid, Giannis, and Jokic, honestly, they're 7 feet tall. Those are the three that I'm kind of like, they're better than Bron. Okay, I'll give it to you. It's really, I personally feel like Bron should be just 4. Now, do I think Luka is better than Steph?
I don't.
Me either.
Now.
Then, that's what I'm saying. I personally feel like, me personally, right, I think it very easily could have been Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, Bron, Steph, Luka, JT. I think that's a very fair 7.
Did Kevin Durant get an injury? Is he out this season?
I mean, KD was number 8. Because remember,
Listen. I'm glad that.
So you're saying KD's top 5 ahead of Steph?
Yeah, I'm about to say, because damn, that's
so.
Tough.
But that'd be my hardest thing about it, right? So then think about who our top 5 is now. They're all 6'9" and above.
Yeah.
That's just okay. All right, cool. So if we're cool with it, then it is what it is. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at that. I'll give it to KD. Before I give it to Luka and JT, because I know JT not top 5. I know
it's too early.
Yeah.
It's too early for JT. I think Luka has an interesting. It's a case, but it's a small one right now.
Like, it's very interesting. Like, we're talking about somebody who is a champion. He's a champion in a year. You know what I mean? We're talking about somebody who's won. You know what I mean?
In a year might be crazy. Like that might I like so after I'm talking about after this season, right?
No, I think Luka could take his team to the finals this year.
So I say they're contenders, but I have them as a low tier contender. And when I say low tier, I mean like they can win. Will it like surprise me? And I guess my reaction kind of came off a little off than how I really feel. Mm-hmm. It's not going to surprise me as much. Like if you said OKC won it, what? Like that's crazy. But like the Mavs won it. Oh, that checks out. I just don't see them beating certain teams though. I just don't see them beating certain teams right now.
Yeah.
Because I still got to see like how does Christian Wood play on the Mavs? I know how he plays on the Rockets when there's no pressure, but now there's expectations. So I need to see.
I'll be honest with you. I think I misspoke my 5. I really think it goes Embiid, Giannis, Steph, Bron, KD, Jokic, Luka, JT. Yeah, I'm be honest with you, because I am a strong believer that you have to have a top 3 player to win a championship. Outside of that Spurs run, I do not think there is not there are very few championship teams that you do not have the top 3, sometimes top 5 player winning it for their team. And so like for Steph to do what he did, 40 in the TD Garden, what am I talking about? He's number 3 easily. It's the only way I could justify him being able to elevate his game to that level, to beat the number 1 defense, the best defense that the league probably had ever seen outside of hand checking. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that defense from the Celtics last year was like textbook, can be studied for how in about 10 years the game will just be played based on the projections of how everybody seems to be. You know what I mean? You could be a center at 6'8", 6'9". And so at this point, if we're all going to be stretching, dribbling, then you need to be able to guard up. So we all going to be switching and we all going to be guarding up. And so I just feel like that's the type of defense the Celtics played. And for Steph to be able to elevate and just be that much better than good as defense. Like, you know what I mean? You know somebody hit a tough shot, they be like, oh, you know what I mean? Good defense, better offense. That was him. He was literally
Consistently.
that. Yeah.
Consistently.
And don't get me wrong, Giannis did it too. Giannis still averaged almost 40 against us. You know what I mean? So that's why, obviously, again, we're talking about somebody who I consider to be, again, top 2 player. And again, I really do think it's a revolving door between Embiid, Giannis, and Steph, because really, like, I'm really trying to think about it. It's just like we played some defense against him, and he just did not care. And that's somebody who is not 6'8", 6'9". Like, really, who in the top 10 are you even going to put on Steph Curry to guard him? You're not putting any of them guys on him to guard him. None of them can guard him. I could argue I could put Embiid on Giannis and Jokic, or Jokic on Embiid and Giannis, and you know what I mean, KD on Bron, this and that. I can't. Ain't nobody really about to chase Steph Curry for 48 minutes. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's. I'm not doing it.
I don't think you want to, but they're. So, I do hear that part, and I think too, there's always going to be some bias towards like the bigger players, just because like for example, you have small forwards right now. They're in high demand. Like if you 6'6" to 6'9", you're getting a check in the NBA. Like easily you get a scout. Like if I was 6'6", I'm hooping. Even if I'm terrible, like I get a shot at least, bro. Like so when I say like the best players, I kind of think production. I sometimes don't factor that in. And when I say production, I mean like Joel Embiid is a menace on the offense and defensive end.
I would not say that Joel is a menace defensively. But
well, when I say menace, like he's
not a slouch on defense or nothing like that.
He's a good, great defensive player. You know what I'm saying? Like Jokic, all right, he slouches a little bit on defense, and he's not trash though. But the boy was a back-to-back MVP. He's put up historic numbers. Like, you know, there's a case for that. Like, they affect the game in ways that Steph doesn't necessarily, like, because of his physical limitations. So, like, that's kind of like, sometimes I give him a knock. But then I also think in the same breath, he is in that upper echelon. He is in that top 3 of the NBA. When you think of Bron, KD, you got to consider Steph. When you think of you still got
because I think about it too.
So I do hear you on that. Like maybe there should be a tie, and I don't know. Like it's tough to throw him out of the top 5.
Yeah, I think it's really tough to be honest.
It is.
Yeah.
But then do we take out? Because
if KD was in the top 5 instead of Luka, maybe I would be okay with Bron being number 6. I will say that.
Okay.
And Steph stayed at number 5 and Bron was 6. I will take that because LeBron James is in year 21. I'd take that.
Yeah, because like I have Bron. He's not my third no more. Like he's at the back end. Because again, he's at the back end of his career. Like it's not a slight at him at all. Like, bro, you're in the.
But isn't that crazy though? Isn't that crazy that placing him, you feel like you have to be like, I'm not knocking him.
Right.
Ain't that crazy?
Like we're gonna be called haters.
Yeah.
Because he's in year 20. What?
Yeah. Like
the only reason why Buddy here right now halfway is because Bronny on the way. Like that's extra motivation.
Shout out to the league changing that age to 18 from my man Bronny to be able to walk in to a Lakers uniform. That's what the NBA needs, for him to be in a Lakers uniform.
Hey. Breaking news. They're going to change it to 17 after Bronny leaves, so that way Bryce can come the following season.
Oh, whole LA squad.